welcome back to another video on my channel here called Intentional Living. My name's Kristen. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Today I'm going to be giving y'all an update on my Texas budget, which is my next big vacation I have coming up. And I had a few changes because I went through and actually reserved some things. So I booked my flights. We have a rental car now, and we booked our lodging for the trip. So when I say we, that's because I'm traveling with my boyfriend Colin, and this is my budget for my portion, but he will have his own budget for the trip. And we've been thinking about doing like a combined video where he like talks you through his budget as well as we get ready for the trip. So if you would be interested in that, let me know down in the comments. If you're new to the channel, I would love if you would subscribe, and if you're watching this and enjoy the video, give it a like. So yeah, we will just jump in. For this trip, I'm going for my friend's wedding, which I have fully funded. I've saved for it fully. The total amount that I saved was $1,050. The dates for the wedding portion are going to be November 5th through the 7th, which is 3 days. The dates for the wedding are the 5th through the 7th of November, which is 3 days. I budgeted $300 for flights, $150 for lodging, which is $50 a night, $25 for transportation, just for like if we Ubered anywhere or whatnot, $25 for entertainment, like if we went to a bar or something, and like, I don't know, paid for something fun for the bride and groom. Food and drinks is $100. Bridesmaid's dress I had already purchased, so I budgeted $0. Bridal shower had already passed, so $0. $50 for a wedding gift, $75 for getting my nails done, $150 for my hair, $100 for my makeup to get done by professionals, $50 for miscellaneous, and $25 for tan. So that's for her wedding. I have fully funded it, like I said. And then you have my Texas trip where which is for basically the rest of the dates, which we did change the dates of the trip, so I need to update my planner, but we will be gone a total of 10 days, 3 of which being the wedding dates, but October 29th through November 7th is my travel dates, and for those, I have budgeted for lodging $500, which I realized I included all 10 days. Okay, sorry, got a phone call. So what I was saying is I realized I had budgeted $500 for lodging, which was for each day that I'd be there, which is like, I'm only going to be there 9 nights. I'm there 10 days, but 9 nights. And I already budgeted for lodging for the last 3 days, 2 nights. So whatever, I just budgeted $500. We're just going to roll with it. The price per day is wrong. Here we are. Next up was transportation, which included rental car. Gosh, I keep touching this. Here we go. Which included rental car, gas, and parking. So in total, I did $550 in total for the rental car, gas, and parking for the whole trip. For food and drinks, I did $70 a day, which is $700, which again, I did include those last 3 days that I had already budgeted for, but it's fine. And then entertainment is $250, which is $25 a day. Spending was $20 a day at $200, and same for miscellaneous. So in total, that's $2,400. And then I went through and figured out my savings plan of my starting balance going into this was $470. So I had $1,930 left to budget for. I figured that the week of the trip, I could use some of my like cash envelope spending money. So I've put $230 for that, which means I have $1,700 left to budget for. So my goal for the month of August was to put $500 towards the trip. So I guess $500 each month. This month I put $140 from my regular income, and I'm trying to put $80 per side hustle paycheck towards the trip. September, I'm gonna aim for $200 for my regular paycheck and $300 for my side hustle income, which would be $75 per side hustle paycheck. And then for October, putting $250 of my regular income and $80 per side hustle paycheck towards the trip before I leave. So that is the plan, but I did have some exciting updates that I'm going to share. So first up, Colin and I did book our flights. So that is the first piece I'm going to fill out. Sorry, I have to slant my iPad to be able to write. But we are on the same flights, but we did pay for them separately. So I will list them separately. So for mine, if you follow me on Instagram, I think I posted it there, or on my community tab on YouTube here, I got my flights for free because I had a travel credit that I totally forgot about. So I spent a whopping $0 thanks to my travel credit that I literally forgot about, which is so awesome. I think it's from the original bachelorette party for my friend Lauren. And then the second time when I went to book, Southwest was really expensive. So I used my United travel credit, which was from the wedding flights. So anyway, mine was $0. Colin booked his also on Southwest. Oops. And he got his for $296.97 in total for his flights, which is great. So this is round trip, so that's really wonderful. So then what I'll do over here is I'll do in total, both of us together spent just what Colin spent, $296.97. And then for each of them, I'll do what we each individually paid for each category, just so I can keep a running list. And he spent $296.97. So I'm leaving the rest of this blank because what I want to do is go back and put all our flight information in here for me to have, but I don't really want to share that with y'all. So that's why I wrote so small at the top, because I want to leave the bottom open for everything else. So now for the rental car. We did get the rental car through the app called Turo. And we paid for the extra insurance policy just for peace of mind as we're driving. And then this also included free drop off and pickup of the car. I've never used Turo, but Colin has, so I'm excited to use it for the first time. And the woman we're renting the car from seems really nice. So we've already been messaging with her. So that's great. So in total, including the insurance policy, we paid $625.82. So over here, we'll throw in our, actually, that is the total. So I'm going to call that total. And then what I'm paying versus what Colin is paying. We're just slicing this down the middle. So that leaves us with $312.91 a person, which is way less than what I budgeted for. Well, maybe not way less, but is less than what I budgeted for. So that's great. And we will update those totals in a minute. So that's flights, rental car. Okay, so now for lodging. We did book all of our lodging, which includes 2 Airbnbs and 1 hotel. So the first Airbnb that we booked was for nights 1 and 2. And in total, that cost us $369.39. But then I decided to use $200 of my credit card travel rewards on this to make it more affordable. So we're only paying out of pocket $169.39. So travel rewards is what that is. So once it hits my credit card, I can pay $200 of it off with my existing travel rewards. So that's great. So we'll split that down the middle. And then the next Airbnb we booked was for nights 3 through 5, which is for 3 nights. And in total for this one, we paid $342.34 for all 3 nights, which is good. And then the last place we are staying before the wedding is a hotel for nights 6 through 7, so 2 nights in a hotel, and those were free because my boyfriend gets 2 free nights at Marriott hotels because he has a credit card with them, or he gets 1 free night a year, and so we're using both of them for those 2 nights, which is nice. So he's contributing that, I'm contributing my travel rewards, and we're just, you know, making it cheaper for ourselves. So this was free Marriott. I'll just call it Marriott Rewards. All right, so then the last nights of our trip, which is 8 through 9, are going to be spent at the wedding. So I'll put wedding lodging here, which is for nights 8 and 9. And that is going to be from the wedding budget that I've budgeted for. So that's why I'm going to just ignore that. So that is everything that we have purchased so far. So let's go back to my budget. So for starting with my friend's wedding budget, we are going to update that flights. I budgeted $300, but it actually cost me a whole bunch of nothing to book those, which is exciting. So that's $300 I have to work with that I already have saved. And then the bride has told me that she's covering lodging for the wedding as well. So we can just say that that's $0 as well. So now we have $450 that I've saved that I no longer need for the wedding, which is really nice. So I think what I'm going to do off the bat is up the wedding gift budget to $100 because these can already go to 0. So then that'll leave me $400 to redistribute to my Texas trip. But I figured, you know what, if they're covering lodging, let me up the wedding gift money. And yeah, so now for her wedding, all I need to budget, we started with $1,050. So we're going to subtract out the $300 and then the $100 from the lodging because I'm moving the other $50 to the gift. So now we only need $650. Is that right? Yeah, wow. So for the wedding, we need, oh, you know what, too? She's switching her bridesmaids dresses, and I might end up getting a more expensive dress than what I initially paid for. No, let me take that out of my clothes envelope if I end up doing that. Okay, so we just need $650 in total for this now. So the flights, I had a travel credit, lodging, Lauren's covering it. So for that, the new budget is just $650, which I obviously already have saved. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the extra $400. So next up is Texas. And for lodging, we have completely booked all of our lodging. So let's add up and see what the total cost was. So the first Airbnb was, without the travel credit, $169.39. And then the second Airbnb was $342.34. So it was $511.73 total, but Colin and I are splitting that. So what I'm spending is only $255.87. So for this, I only need $256 now. And I'm adjusting this because if it means I get to save less money, that will be more attainable for me week to week. So I want to update the budget and only save what I think I'm going to need for the trip because my budget's already kind of tight. And then transportation, we did already pay for the rental car, which was $625.82 total. My portion of that will be $312.91. So saved some money there. So for this, we only need $313. Let's just call it $350. Yeah, let's just round all of these up. So then the hope is to still save the $150 for everything else. So $315 for the rental car plus $150 for everything else leaves me with a new total of $465 for this. So everything else I have not booked yet, but let's just add that up to see what our new like budget for this is. Our new budget for lodging is $260, and then $465 for transportation, and then still the $700 for food and drink, which is probably high. And then the $250 for entertainment, the $200 for spending, and the $200 for miscellaneous. So that's $2,075, but then we get to subtract $400 that I get to move from Texas to this trip. So we are really only looking at needing to save $1,675 for the Texas trip. And so I did start with 470 already saved, and then that leaves us with $1,205 left to budget. And then from my week 4 spending, I think I'll take this down to $205, which means I only have to save $1,000, which is huge. What a difference. Okay, so if I only have to save $1,000, my goal was $500 for the month of August, but 1,000 divided by 3 months is $333 a month. So let's call this 400, and then let's call this 400, because then I'll only have to save 200 in October, because I am pulling that 205 from spending in October, so I'd rather have less. That'll really be about 400 in October as well. Okay, I hope this is making sense. Sorry if it's not, but it makes sense in my brain. So now we did put 140 from my regular income already. So for the month, if we want to save 400, we've already saved 140. And then I did save $80 in my first side hustle income. So that's left with 180, and I do have 4 side hustle incomes left. So now I only need $45 per side hustle paycheck, which was $260. So I'm going to put 80 plus, and then just 45. So 80 plus 45 times 4 plus 80 is 260, plus 140 is 400. Okay, great. So for all the future side hustle paychecks, I just need to put $45 away for the trip, which is so much better. It's like so much more manageable. And then for September, let's say that I do put $200 aside. That would only mean that I need to put another 200, and dividing that by 4 is just $50 per side hustle paycheck. So I could always put more, put less, but that's a better number, easier number to attain. And then for October, if I only need to save 200, then what we can do is just say that we'll take 200 from my regular income, and then we need to put $0 from my side hustle income, which would be really, really nice. To not have to depend on money that I don't know is happening. So yeah. So basically you'll see how like making some frugal options can really impact your savings goals. So I went from having to save $500 for 3 months to make it, to be able to afford everything I had originally planned to, but so much easier. So instead of having to put, $80 every week, I only have to put $45 to $50 each week now for side hustle. And if I couldn't do that, I can split it up more, because I do have some side hustle incomes in October, and I got to put less towards from my regular income towards this, and less of my weekly spending. So by just utilizing your travel credits, if you do have travel rewards, applying those strategically and not having them count for like when you Lyft to go to bars one night, but like really saving them for a trip like this. If you do have credit cards, thinking through the credit cards that will give you the rewards, like Collins, where you get some free hotel nights. Like if travel is really important to you, then a travel credit card is probably a good idea. Just stuff like that. You'll see how being frugal also can help. Like for me, for lodging, I did not choose the nicest Airbnbs, even though we could afford it, because I wanted to save money. And then Turo, doing that to get a cheaper rental car, it might not be as nice, It's not going to be a brand new car, but we are saving a lot of money by not going through the airport or through another local rental car service. So that's just how I'm cutting corners. And then again, I don't think I'm going to need this much for food and drink, but I'd rather have the money saved for the trip and then just roll it into my next trip if I don't spend all the money like I did in California. So that is the new goal. So now in total, we are looking to save, actually, wait, I think I put the wrong number. Yeah, okay, so we're still, this is how much I need left to save. The new budget is $2,075. So I can update this, $2,075. And then down here, my starting balance is actually $870. I think that's where I messed up. Yeah, okay, good. Sorry, that makes more sense in my brain. So now our new savings goal is going to be this. So maybe I'm gonna rewrite this, honestly. Yay. Okay, so that's the new goal. So if we divide that by 50 lines, this is gonna be $41. It's really $41.50, but that's kind of annoying. But in July then, I had saved $470. Which is 11 lines. So this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can actually do 2 more lines. Now that is the updated with the new goal. This is the updated that amount that I saved in July. And then at the end of August, we will do the same. All right. Okay, so that's the fun part for this. So now we get to redistribute some funds in my binder. So let me zoom you out. Okay. So for Lauren's wedding, my friend Lauren's wedding, which these bundles are available in my Etsy shop if you're interested. They're the A5 divider bundle. The A5 bundles with tabs, I think is how they're actually described. So the tabs here, or dividers. So flights is going to be in my travel. So travel was flights for $300 and then $25 of just miscellaneous transportation. So what we can do is take out the $300 because the flights were free. So I'm going to say, what is today's date? I'll hold my watch on. The 8th. So on 8/8, we're going to take this to Texas. And that leaves us with $25, which is still fully funded. So travel now has $25 in it for her wedding. This we're taking to the Texas envelope. Lodging, she said it was going to be covered. So we're going to take this $150 out and we're going to put it towards Texas, which is great. So don't need that. And then everything else is staying the same. So $100 for nails and tan, we're keeping. $250 for hair and makeup, we are keeping. Food, drinks, and entertainment has $125, which we are keeping. And then miscellaneous has $100, but this I wanted to add $50 to. So now we'll be at $150. So that's $100 for the gift and $50 for miscellaneous. Okay, so we are adding this 50 in here. So I do want to update that on my lodging tracker. So since she's paying for lodging, I would like to, you know, put more money back to them. Great. So now in total for Lauren's wedding, we took out $400 for Texas. Let's double check that. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that leaves us at $650, which is still fully funded. So much more affordable. Yay. So that is the update for her wedding, which is really fun. Really grateful for them paying for the lodging and for my flights being free. I guess I did pay for them at one point, so they weren't really free, but I paid for them so long ago that they feel free to me. So now for my Texas trip. So stay is for lodging, which we've already completely paid for. And I did save, oops, this is not the right pen. I did save $500 for this, but we only needed 260. So let me get to my prop money. So we're gonna have 260 left in here, which means we get to take out 240. So we're gonna need a 50 and a 10. And then let's take two 20s. So this is all prop money. And now we have 50, 70, 90, 100. So we're gonna replace one of these 100s. So I'm gonna take this out and put it with the rest of my prop money. So now we should still have $500. So we have 1, 2, 3, 400, 450, 470, 490, 500. But we are leaving 260. So 1, 2, 50, 60. So that means we are taking out $240. So we'll do that. And I don't know where I'm going to transfer this to yet, so we're just going to hang on to that for now. But these 240 can go in this pile to redistribute. So now we just have the 260 in lodging. And then for travel, this is for transportation, which I could just write transpo, whatever, it's fine. So the goal was 550, but now I only need 465. And I already have that with this, so let's just take it from this. So we have 100, 200, 300, 400. And then I'm gonna just put the real cash to the side because we'll put that somewhere else. And then let's take this 100 and break it down. So we'll put this 100 to the side, and then we'll get a 50, a 20, 2 10s and 2 5s. Maybe that'll do it. Okay, so let's add this up, and this should be 100. So we have 50, 70, 80, 90, 95, 100. Great. So this is 400, and we need 65. So now in transportation, we have 100, 200, 300, 400, 450, 460, 465. So today we are going to take out the real money, which leaves us at 0. And then we are going to add, I'm going to say from Elle's wedding, 465. So now we're fully funded. Yay. Which is great because we already paid for that. So I got to pay off my credit card. So then this is all money we can still distribute over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 50, 65. Great. Now, food and drink is the next category. And this includes, the 465 includes rental car, gas, and parking, just to clarify. So food and drink is next. And honestly, I think what I'm going to do first, though, is actually fund entertainment so that I can start booking some things. So let's start with this. So today, let's see if we have enough to fully fund it. Now I've got prop money and real money going on. So in prop money, we have 100, 120, 140, 160, 170, and 175, which means we'd still need $75, 20, 40, 60, which we will have enough for. So let's just take out the prop 5. So we have 100, because this isn't 2, 4, 6, 8, 1, yeah. So let's do 100, 20, 40, 50 of this. 100, 20, 40, 50. And then we need 100. 2, 4, 6, 8, 1. So this should be 250. 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, 200, 220, 240, 250. So we will have 250. I'm going to exchange these 520s for a $100 prop money piece, and then I'll exchange these prop money 50s for a 50. So now we have 250. So I'm gonna say from L plus lodging, because we had rollover in lodging, plus 250, 250, and we are fully funded. I have a feeling I might want more in this envelope, but I think my food and drink will even it out, so I can always adjust that later. So now let's see, we should have 220, 30, 40, 45 left. So what do I want to budget for next? I think food and drink will be the next one, because that's just going to take so long to get to. So now today we have 20, 30, 45, and I will figure this out later and get it all to real money. So let's see what we have in total saved and make sure it is the same. So first, let's start with this, I guess. Today we are adding from Lauren's wedding, we are adding $400. So we should be at 1,020. So now let's add up what we have in here and make sure it's 1,020.
So in lodging, we have 260. You can't see that, can you? In transportation, we have 465. In food and drink, we have 45. And then in fun or entertainment, we have 250.
So we have 1,020. Oops, it went away, but it was correct. So that's good. I did not majorly mess anything up. So $1,020 saved for my Texas trip, and the new goal on that is 2,075. So let's see, we have 1,020 saved, 2,075 total. We're almost halfway done saving. So if y'all watch my last Texas budget, I'll link it up above. We were 25% of the way done, and now we're almost 50. So that just shows you how much you can expedite this process as you make good frugal decisions and then move your savings around. So yes, so that is the update for this trip. I'm so excited. Y'all know I love budgeting for vacations, and I have started thinking about what my next big savings are going to be after this trip, and I'm going to start saving for a move, because I will be switching, like moving apartments and things. So I want to start saving for, you know, first month's rent and bills and moving costs and all of that. So that will be my next savings bundle, which I will probably put in here sooner rather than later, just to start slowly saving for it. So if y'all have any advice of what to save for as I go through a move, definitely leave that in the comments down below. There's so many great channels that do home savings, and I think I'll just take lessons from that and you know, use it for my own moving journey. I'm not buying anything, but I am moving apartments, and I know Shay's envelopes, my friend Shay, she's also budgeting for a move, and she actually just purchased some tab dividers for me, so I'll be interested to watch her video to see what her subcategories are, and I might, you know, use some of that in my own. So grateful for all the channels out there. I watch their content all the time, so I'm right there with y'all watching cash stuffings all the time. Thank you for watching mine. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me some comments. Would love to hear from y'all, and I will see you in my next cash stuffing video. Thanks, y'all. Bye.